Today we are going to study 8051 interfacing with LCD display. Before going for 8051 interfacing with LCD, we will go into details of 8051 pin diagram. This is 8051 pin diagram. Here it contains the 4 ports. As you can see, the port 0, this is port 0, 8 pins. Port 1, next 8 pins. Then port 2 is listed here, and the port 3 you can see here. Now port 0 will contain address 0 to address 7, means total 8 lines, lower 8 lines of address bus. The same can be used as data bus also. Port 1 can be used as input or output port. Port 2 can also be used as input or output port, as well as it can be used as upper 8 bits of address bus, A8 to A15. You can see it here. And if you glance at this port 3, it contains the special function pins, which are dedicated for performing the special functions. Here this P3.0 is dedicated for receive transfer signal. Then this is transmit the signal. Then INT0, INT1, these are the pins related to interrupt. T0 and T1, these are the pins related to timer. This is read and write pin. Then XTL1 and XTL2, these pins are needed. As you know, these two pins are needed for joining the crystal oscillator, giving input to the crystal oscillator of 8051 microcontroller. Then ground and VCC is obviously it is there for each and every IC. So after this, we'll go for interfacing. Out of this, as you can see, port 0, 1 and port 2. These three ports can be considered as input port or output port. If you want to transmit the data from these ports, you can use the lines of this first port or second or third one. And the same ports can be used as output ports also, and as well as input port. Now we go for interfacing diagram. This is the interfacing diagram of 8051 microcontroller with LCD display. Now here I have shown only the pins in which we are interested for the interfacing. Now here I am using port P1 as the output port, which will send data to this LCD display so as to display it on the screen. D0 to D7 are the data pins of this LCD, on which whatever data it will receive from this port 1 of 8051 microcontroller, that will be displayed on LCD screen. Along with this data, we need to operate on some of the signals which are important for the displaying data onto the screen. So first signal is RS signal, that is RS is nothing but register selection pin. Actually this LCD display is having two types of registers. One is data register and second is command register. When 0 is received on this register select pin, then it will be treated as LCD will read from the command register, and it will treat whatever is coming on these data lines. This LCD display will treat as command when it receives 0 on this RS pin. If this LCD receives 1 on this RS pin, then whatever is input on these data lines, it will be treated as data to be displayed onto the screen. So that's why this RS pin is very important to select either data register or command register. You can see here, for selecting data register, we need to have RS. RS pin is equal to, we need to set RS pin to 1. When we want to use or receive the commands and we want to use this command register, then this RS pin should contain 0. When 0 is sent on this RS pin, whatever is there received on this data pin, that will be treated as command. Now, next signal is read or write bar. Read or write bar signal means it will whether this LCD want to do reading operation or write operation. Since I am saying it as read or write bar, so if this signal receives 0, write bar means it is active low. So if it receives 0, then which operation will be carried out? Write operation will be carried out. And when it receives on the same read or write bar signal 1, then which operation will be carried out? Read operation. So with 0, it will get the write, otherwise it will do read operation. Now next is enable. Enable means this is the enable pin which is used for enabling the model of this LCD. So when this enable pin will be, we want to make this pin active. So when we send high to low transition on this pin, then the module will be enabled, otherwise it will be disabled. Getting? So that's why this enable pin is important. So when in exam this question is asked, draw the diagram for LCD interfacing with 8051, you need to show the data lines on which you are going to send the data from 8051 microcontroller, and again here also for LCD where you are going to receive the data. Then we need to show the 3 pins which are needed for operation of this LCD. Now here as I have told you, register select is the pin which will distinguish between command and data. So the commands of LCD display are some of the commands I have copied here. So command is 0F, then with this command LCD display will be made on, the cursor will be on and cursor will be blinking. Then if I send 01, then the screen will be cleared. 02 return home means it will be the cursor will be pointing to first location. Like this there are some commands. So here we need to send some commands for initialization of LCD, for display to display whatever data we are sending, we need to send the display command, like that. So when you are sending the commands, this register select uh, should be containing 0. So this is all about interfacing of this 8051 microcontroller with LCD. We stop here.